And welcome back for the latest episode of For a Fistful of Thrones. When we last left our characters, they had just met the felonid natives of the world of Ramian, and been invited to what the natives call Earthhome, which is a series of massive bunkers dug into the planet of the death world of Ramian, where the felonids like to hide from all the massive of animals and living plants that want them dead. So then, Iskander,
Seriously, a macro round would solve everything.
against the death world, it'd probably just cause you more problems.
Including the felonid population.
Man, you guys
Well,
never
the problem
do
is they're
things my way.
abhumans. They're filthy abhumans.
Yes, and they're not the Nico kind of cat girls. They're the furry cat girls.
Yeah, they're okay.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Well, the Inquisition said they are, and unfortunately, the Inquisition has authority on this matter. So,
You know what? I banned the Inquisition. Take that.
Your checkmating Inquisition. Your move. Wait a minute.
Well, you know what, Lord Inquisitor? You're banned.
checkmate Inquisition, your move. You know, I don't
Exactly.
recall becoming a Hindu.
Oh God.
Right, so we're being taken to their great Earth home.
You are led up the hill and into a cave network that eventually comes to a large metal door.
Ava groans at the need for more walking. Also, her arm is hurt, so she uses the last bit of her alcohol or flavored water, if anyone were there, and kind of tries to use it as disinfectant, try to ease the pain, to probably no avail, and takes whatever rags or cloth that she can get to wrap it around her arm.
As she's doing that, I pull out a bottle of Amasec. If you really want to clean it out, you can use this.
What's that?
Alcohol, not good for treating wounds, actually.
Oh, it's not. Especially Amasec.
Well, that's why I don't have a rank in Medicaid. So,
Don't
Vanessa...
worry, you'll see.
I'll see. Vanessa asks Lord Captain Iskander, so what exactly is our plan with these natives so far? They don't seem exactly the most intelligent, unfortunately.
Plan is we get to know them, we sway them to our side.
Well, so far known, they seem pretty ignorant.
Ignorant is one way of putting it. I was past my days of being called a witch.
Well, to be fair, that's to be expected with these kind of people.
To be fair, they just didn't know exactly what you were. All in all, you two, you and them are kind of similar. No,
Also,
gesturing to the fucking psych.
well, it's also...
Furry? Them's
Well-
fist fighting words, Arch Milton. I'll lose, but them's fist fighting words.
Yeah, if you want to take that one.
Round 1, uppercut, dead.
I don't know, I only have 8 wounds.
So,
I mean, I didn't say who was throwing the uppercut, but
what was I going to say?
Like,
Damn.
It's
Yeah, but these abhumans aren't exactly what I expected of the felonids. So I've only heard stories. I've pictured something a lot more different, oddly enough.
Well, perhaps we should see what else is going on, instead of just standing outside of their giant door like a bunch of assholes speaking.
Well, I
Waiting
assume
for
we're
them
walking
to
and
open the door.
talking.
Yeah. it is assumed you're doing this while you're making the walk. So,
'Cause it sounds like
Also-
a long-ass walk.
Also, we can't really open the door. They know how to open their big door like assholes, as you put it.
I'm assuming they're waiting for us to stop talking because they're being polite.
But we're walking right now to
No,
the door.
Yeah.
We've
walking.
been walking.
As the
Well,
city's
you
been
never
explaining
walked
to you,
and
we are
talked?
at the door.
I was allowing you guys to fill in the time during your walk up to the door.
I guess we're not allowed
The
to do that, Lord
wasn't
DM.
walking,
Say
talking.
that.
He was having the arms then push him. Yeah, arms that were just carrying a scander.
Nope.
Just
Fuck
just on
me.
just on the dwarven throne, like from the Warhammer Fantasy stuff, the Grudge Bearer throne.
One of you would say something, but none of you know where I got it from. You're so confused.
It's
Like,
from
wait
the
a
same license, but a different genre.
Oh, God. Well, yeah.
As we're talking, I do think that they may be as varied as most humans are.
I just realized something, too. As Vanessa kind of looks around at everyone together as we're walking, finally getting up towards where they live. We didn't bring Tech Priest with us,
That
did
is
we?
a very astute observation, actually.
It was just like a long sigh after the pause.
We've never brought a tech priest. What's your point?
Well, the point
Well,
is,
we were going to go check out the ship, weren't we, Lord Captain?
I'm assuming that the men that I told to go start looking at that ship are smart enough to bring a tech priest. I have a
Wait,
little
did
bit
you
of
tell?
faith in-
I do not remember that going on.
He
Also,
did
Lord
tell,
Captain,
he did
I-
tell some
I-
teams to start exploring the ships while you guys went to go find the locals.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought we were going to go explore the ship, and we couldn't land near it, so we had to land the closest spot. Oh,
No,
okay.
you
We only, like,
landed
finished the
next to
ship.
the ship, but to reach the bunker complex, you had to hoof it.
I do want to
Oh.
examine the ship personally as well when we get back, but we should deal with the felonids first.
So, yeah, walking.
But yes, you do reach the very large metal door that they've installed. The White Lion uses an access panel, punches in a few numbers, and then the door hisses and slides open, retreating up into the rock above it. And the cave goes from stone to steel as you step inside the door.
Hmm.
It looks as
Perhaps
if
we should have brought a tech priest.
maybe it certainly gives you the impression that the inside of those ships may not be all there. It seems like the people who survived the crash may have dragged it out here into the bunker complex, as the much of the bunker complex appears to be made out of crisscrossing plates of steel.
Hmm. One can only wonder where they got those from.
This is amazing and probably tech heresy.
See, this is why we don't take the tech priest anywhere.
I don't know. That the door is just.
But yeah, so just
I'm-
looking around.
That's funny. So yeah, she's going in. With everyone.
It's actually fairly impressive, as a lot of what you assumed to be used to be ship emergency lights are now placed into the walls and lighting pretty spacious corridors that proceed into the complex. The White Lion approaches you looking. The White Lion approaches you with scanner and looks to you and looks down into the halls. Follow. Show you counsel.
Vanessa
I
just
follow
rolls
him.
her eyes.
Oddly, this reminds me of home.
Vanessa kind of just like raises an eyebrow over at Ramirez, and then just like. As they're walking along, she's kind of like, "Wait a minute, You can't see though. How can you say that?
I can
Now
see
you're
just
being
fine.
sensitive.
You can probably hear his
What is she
feet
wearing?
on the deck plating.
What is she wearing in particular, like colors and all of that?
As far as colors go,
Yeah.
she's wearing pretty much all black except for a bit of a decor, kind of like fur around her neck from some sort of a small predatory animal, and her ripped up xenomel, so black, gray, some white, and some purple lipstick.
Purple may not be your color, Vanessa. That's my response to if you can't see.
Did you not
Those-
know paths could see?
I thought they had to fill around. That's why most of them carried a staff.
No, astropaths, despite not having physical eyes anymore, can.
No, I know out of
No.
game. I know out of game.
Sorry,
I'm talking about in game.
my bad. My bad.
A
You know what?
character
That's
does not
right.
know
Usually-
everything.
We usually carry a staff because that's a first line of defense. Not many astropaths get the opportunity to have such a generous Lord Captain, and I pat my 2 swords, my 3 guns, my power armor.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe your power armor had some sort of special device that kept you from bumping into things. That does explain why you charged the beast earlier.
Oh,
Mm.
Ramirez, that reminds me, make a note. I need to get you something nice when we go back to Port Wonder.
Lord Captain, I'm not sleeping with you.
Ramirez, if I really wanted you to, you wouldn't be able to say no, but that's beside the point. As I walk down the hallway following this lion man.
And that is our weekly rapey thing to come out of Jeffrey's mouth.
I'm going to look at Vanessa as Lord Captain leaves. That just makes me very uncomfortable.
Vanessa keeps her dignity and does not comment on the situation at hand.
Nope.
Yeah, but she does like glance back at Ramirez and back at the Lord Captain as he's walking with the lion guy and kind of wonders, is that how he swings? Maybe that's why I didn't get anywhere last time. I'll have to try a different angle. It's like a thought in her head there.
Man, I'm sad I have to actually try and use a power to read all of your minds, and that would get me shot in the face. I'm standing there stunned silence because, wow, my joke backfired quick. And I'm going to follow.
Yeah. Oh, the,
God damn you, Pat's internet! Damn you to the deepest depths of hell!
That's where he's calling from.
Yeah, I heard
No,
him
he's not.
last time he
He's not
spoke.
in
That time
Boston.
wasn't that. That time was the worst one it's been tonight. I've heard him speak other times.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was mad.
Anyway,
So yeah, Vanessa's trying to keep up with Lord Captain. You know, carefully keep an eye on the felonids.
Just totally looking around, not looking for any signs of sorcery or anything. Totally believe these guys are on the up and up.
I mean, you should. You figured that out last time.
I
anyway,
figured out that he thinks he's not a sorcerer.
and that it could be divination.
Yeah.
Ramirez, you're aware that the walls are painted to guide you to various locations, though it's in their tribal script, so.
Really wish I learned how to read more than just low Gothic.
Hmm.
But yes, you are led through the halls for a considerable length of time, though it's at least easier on your feet here than out on the uneven ground.
Thank the God Emperor.
Are they just the clacks of heels against steel plates?
Yes, and they're extra noisy
After
just for
that.
you.
Oh yeah, the Archmilton has all metal feet, so clang, clang, clang.
Also bionic heels, but yeah.
Wait, she has built-in heels?
Look at her art.
Yeah, it is there.
That's both the most amazing and also pointless thing I've ever heard.
Welcome to 40K.
So yeah, there. Well, I'll get a roll out of the way. Do. Oh no, I forgot. I second that. Where was the other one at? I'm gonna. Vanessa's carefully watching like the felinids' behavior, seeing like what their body language is hinting at. You know, like do they seem on edge? Are they neutral?
Alright. Keep an eye on them. Wow. They seem perfectly natural. Nothing seems at all wrong about them.
Except for the cat parts.
Yeah, it's making it hard to
Oh.
get
Lord
a read
Captain,
on
when
them.
are we going to the zoo? You didn't tell me we were going to the zoo, Lord Captain.
Yeah, Vanessa just shakes her head, you know, like, damn cat folk.
Yeah. You do see a couple of them give you a rather cross look at that part and just continue with their day.
And she gives like a look back, like, man, what of it, you know, but continues up the pace with the rest of the group.
We are in
I
the
wanted to.
super racist 40th century. 40th millennium.
Genocidally so.
At any rate, as you guys walk, you are passed by several other groups of felonids as they go about their day. Eventually, you come to a large, round room, and within it are seated several extremely old-looking felonids, all of them also white lions, and they are arranged in a semicircle around a large table. The other half of the table, where there would be seats, there are instead small, round shapes with a blue crystalline top to them.
Mm,
As you watch, the white lion that led you here steps forward towards the semicircle of his definite elders, and they all seem to stir themselves awake and look up at him. And
Vanessa looks a bit annoyed, realizing that they were asleep. Uh,
oh, they're old cats; they nap all the
Cat
time.
nap. Yeah, Ramirez is in the same boat. I haven't figured these guys out yet, Pat, but we're both in the same boat there. Ramirez doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Neither do I.
mm,
At any rate,
all right.
Ramirez just
So yeah,
silently watching in the back.
Vanessa kind
Here's
of
a
like.
question: can I roll science to try and see if they're all psychers?
you may attempt to sign a science.
All right, having failed that, I'm going to psychic scream the oldest one.
And then Vasquez suddenly explodes for no apparent reason.
Oh shit! Do
See, this is what
they
makes it
usually do that?
a backup character.
Uh,
Yeah, no, I'm not actually trying to psychic scream him. I'm just failing my science.
I mean, you have fate points; they come back at the beginning of every session.
I only have
Vanessa
4 though.
will try to be courteous and give like a courtesy bow. Maybe they're waiting for the proper ritual of respect and smile at them.
That's much better.
Right. Ramirez, you reach out towards the minds of these elder ones, and they all their eyes in unison snap to you as you feel the horns around their mind.
Just checking. No harm done.
Yeah. Their eyes return
What
to
just
the.
happened?
You saw all the older lion felonids glare, just kind of stare at Ramirez in
No,
unison.
I know. She's asking in character, well, what just happened?
I
So
was
far it's
check-
been quiet, and then all of a sudden, what?
I was checking them to see if they were psychically they were like me and the other white lion. They're psychers. They are. Again, very nice boarding, especially for unsanctioned.
That doesn't make me feel any better. And you should be careful about looking in up people's skirts, so to say.
Oh, if I wanted to be undetected, I would have been.
Hmm. She just folds
Speaking
her
of
arms.
opportunities,
Does he need? Does he need to roll bluff?
I mean, technically speaking, I can. If I wanted to be discreet about it, I will. I would not be detected. Like I have powers specifically to be very subtle about my mind probing.
It's just that using
Fair
them carries
enough,
with it
fair enough.
carries with the risk of suddenly exploding because of warp.
Yeah, so I don't feel like using it whenever we're not in critical danger or need desperate information.
At any rate, the
Fair.
young, yeah. At any rate, the younger lion is he's certainly giving a report as to what occurred during his patrol to the elders, and then he steps aside and raises his arms to indicate a scander, and just tacked onto the end of his report, you hear him refer to a scander as Dragon Slayer.
Meanwhile, in
I
the
want to
background, Vanessa
stealth.
rolls her eyes.
I want to stealth up, and I want to flap his cape as he's revealed as the Dragon Slayer. He's not wearing a cape, so I can't do that. Damn it!
No, I am not. I am in power armor.
Capes are
Hey.
stylish, man.
Hey, Space Marines wear capes over power armor.
I don't. Because I'm not that gaudy.
Somehow without interfering with their backpack unit connecting to the rest of the power armor.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with those
Because
bitchin' ass
just
cape.
fashion soul.
Damn straight.
I was gonna make a joke about no.
At any rate,
They're signaling you to go up, Lord Captain.
he certainly seemed to call attention to a scanner. The other elder lions are kind of looking to a scanner and then amongst themselves.
So, let them think for a little bit. Let them get their thoughts together.
They are very old. They may need it.
She's like, then you should seize upon this opportunity and take advantage of their weakened state, if that's the case, Lord Captain.
Hold on.
It's always best to be aggressive in negotiations.
We are big.
I believe he's getting a call.
Seems likely.
Sadly, I don't have super anime X-ray eyes to peer through everybody's clothes.
Why? Pervert.
Because why not? I can, however, make myself burst into molten rock and then destroy everything I'm wearing.
I mean, once you start expanding into pyromancy, you can.
How do you know I haven't already? Oh yeah, because you haven't given us a rank up.
All that shade.
I'm just bitter and angry.
Mm.
I never asked to be a telepath, Dad.
Well, you're the telephone, so you're gonna have to deal with it. Man, you guys are quiet tonight. Did someone die?
I'm eating, man.
Oh, okay. It's like, jeez. Ugh.
I'm starving.
Not gonna lie, I'm some Cult Mechanicus and Scutari books at the moment.
Ah, well, Pat, half the time I can't even hear you.
Goddamn,
So
man.
I kind of give it to
Fair
that
enough.
as a given.
What
Yeah.
the fuck is Scutari?
Think of like Imperial Guard, but wait, why are you looking at the Skitari?
Well, I just
Remember,
want to be
guys.
literally the least morally, like, fucking, or sorry, the most morally corrupt part of the Imperium.
Well, remember, Regiment. You guys got to create it together. Just FYI. And to be a Skitari, yeah, you kind of all need to agree on that one because I'm not
Wait,
doing
what?
mixed regiments.
Wait, is there actually a Scutari, like,
It would
there
basically
rules for
speak
that
from
in the,
It would basically speak from a Forge world and have cyber augmentations. So
I
I
even
don't
think they
wanna.
made like a homebrew thing or whatever for it too. That was in the folder I linked. I can't remember.
I don't wanna.
I don't remember seeing
Well,
it,
that's
but
for you guys to vote.
Right. So,
yes, the Skitari will rat bomb the planet, then send people down there with guns that weaponize the ambient radiation to hunt down anybody trying to escape the ambient radiation. All because they didn't surrender the goddamn toasters.
Damn straight.
right. So,
No. They didn't. It's not that they didn't surrender the toasters. They just had the toasters, and we didn't want to take the chance of them not surrendering. So just kill them anyways.
God was it.
right. So, as they're sort of speaking among themselves, Iskander is going to speak up, or at least to the young lion. So, these elders, would they have more knowledge about this planet than you do?
He kind of looks at you quizzically. No. Share knowledge.
All right.
Could be for a hive mind that's slightly worrisome. That's out of character.
yeah.
Let's go.
Calm down, you.
I don't know. It's like a word sector choir.
But anyways,
Mm.
right. Can they understand me?
About as well as he can.
Okay, how well can he understand me?
Well enough to communicate.
Right. So, I'm going to take this opportunity to make myself known. I am Iskandar Nikos, captain of the Shield of Arnor, and at least in this capacity, representative of the Imperium of Man and leader of the Nikos dynasty. I'm going to give a very proper bow because I'm being respectful.
Well, as proper as you can be in power armor, but you know.
Yes. But yeah. I arrived here due to some unfortunate mishappenings with my ship. I would like to know what exact knowledge you have of the two crashed pilgrim vessels?
Iskander, as you've been talking, they've continued to talk amongst themselves, and you're not sure they even realized you were speaking.
Vanessa looks
Hmm.
annoyed after seeing that a bit, and you see her like put like a
Oh my
hand on her
God.
inferno pistol.
If I see that, I'm just gonna be like, no, stop it.
I'm gonna take my hand off the dire sword.
She leaves it there, but doesn't do anything.
It is a touch disrespectful that they just.
My lord, do you want me to get their attention?
Give them time. Be respectful.
By the
Once.
time, by the time they're done with whatever they're doing, my lord, the emperor would have already risen off the golden throne and led us through a
It's
new age of
something we're
wonderment.
making, and it's not a good one.
Yes, Lord Captain.
Are they talking like treants though, for real? Are they talking like treants, just like that was just hello?
No, they seem to be making headway in their discussion, but they seem completely unaware of anything outside their discussion.
I can make
So,
the right quick.
So just to the younger one, just because unless he's part of the discussion, is this a bad time?
Elders talk. We wait.
Enough.
Even turbally.
Spelled that, but whatever. That's what it feels like, Vanessa like looks around at everyone else, like our armsmen, everyone like, does anyone like have their opinion? Just like, looking at the expression on their face,
Yeah.
except in Ramirez's case.
The guardsmen are all. You can tell they're a wee bit nervous because they're just sort of like sitting here with armed abhumans around them.
I'm just gonna look at the guard.
You're
And just be like,
done. Calm down.
they all have auto pistols. They could all fire on us, and we'd all be fine.
Yeah, we could murder our way out of here.
Vanessa gets annoyed at this point,
Spider way out here.
seeing that there's no headway being made, and she takes a step forward. Nothing? No one? Okay, cool. She takes a step forward and says, Lord Captain Iskander is addressing you. You could at least do the same courtesy to address him back.
Vanessa, you see one of the elders' ears twitch, and he looks over to you. He just kind of narrows his eyes at you for a second.
Yeah, she just locks eyes with him, like, yeah, I'm looking at you.
I have to commend her. She's very forthright, very up and front.
Yeah, his eyes scan over you for a long moment, and then he looks to Iskander. You let Harem speak?
That hand on the
Vanessa.
pistol.
Just
Crusading
gonna
internally.
just gonna move in front of Vanessa, so she has to shoot me to shoot him.
Fuck, I need you. Damn.
I can see there's going to be some cultural differences here. It's fair enough.
You're just saying that with some macro.
Wait, do they assume I'm part of the harem?
Gross.
I'm gonna pat my chest. Just. Do I look like a woman in this?
They aren't. They're not a harem. This is my seneschal. Manages my records.
God damn it!
That's Morana. She's effectively in charge of my warriors.
Yeah. The
I
other,
don't know. She's only been here for about a week.
Yeah, the other
The other
elders are still talking as this one just kind of continues to look over your group. They
Vanessa clearly.
not wear armor. Not warriors.
They are wearing armor, Shane, aren't they?
Yeah, I am.
Remember,
Morana?
okay. Remember that they are standing next to people in full carapace and full power armor.
Fair enough.
Oh shit, that reminds me. Whatever.
You have that fancy Xenomesh armor.
I'm in slight carapace. I'm only slightly less armor than our stormtroopers.
Reminds me of the acquisition
But
room.
still, that's armor, though.
Here's the thing: you weren't the one talking.
You're also a woman.
No, specifically, she was the one She wasn't talking, so she wasn't covered by the harem talk line.
Mirror's just patting his chest, wondering if this power armor makes my chest look big.
Not the whole, not warriors thing. Just a quick, tightening of the.
Is there any statues around?
There do appear to be some pillars in the room that have been assembled in such a way as to resemble statuary.
If she's going for the gun to actually draw it, I'm gonna run up and put my hand on her shoulder, like, "Sir, Joan."
Yes, Ramirez. She's not even looking at you. There's just kind of.
Patrick, I think you may have been talked over.
I know Pat was talking about tightening something, so maybe popping the knuckles.
Well, yeah, kind of tightening the power fist. Not turning it on, but kind of drawing attention to massive, giant-ass gauntlet.
Look at my Hellboy hand.
Fight to, buddy, without really saying anything.
He doesn't seem to notice the motion. He seems actually pretty fixed on his candor now.
Just, Vanessa, it's not worth it. Not only might you, ruin the negotiation by it, you may also bring this entire cave structure down on our heads. We both know how much that pistol likes to go through anything.
She just rolls her eyes and bats your hand away, but doesn't do anything further.
Just gonna take a step back and just look to the armsman like nobles, which he doesn't read because my poker face is on point.
Mostly because you're wearing a gas mask or a power armor helmet, either way.
Both. The gas mask is the power armor helmet.
Let's go for a power armor helmet. Oh shit! Specially made. Fuck.
So to this one elder that's actually sort of just addressing me now, right? Now that we've gotten that out of the way, how long is this gonna take? Because I do have things I need to go do.
Yeah, he kind of looks from you to the others, and then just, without even a moment's hesitation, reaches over and just baps him neck shoulder over atop the head.
Wait, who got bat in the top of the head?
Another elder. The elder who was talking to me turned around, looked at the other guy, was like, "Hey."
Sorry. All right.
What follows is almost a Three Stooges-esque moment. Yeah. What follows is a Three Stooges-esque moment as each one is bapped over the head and then pointed towards the guest and proceeds to bap the next one over the head.
Vanessa, you just hear like a face palm if you're not looking at it at that moment.
See, would they really have been worth 80?
Kind of just.
Swear, dealing with the Minnestorm would be easier.
Like raises an eyebrows, like slowly cocking head, just like what?
I love how Moriona's just like the most confused about all this shit, just cocking her head at everything.
God damn it! I just used to shoot things on an Imperial Navy vessel. Now I'm doing all of this. This is not my element.
Today has been a strange day. I didn't expect to fight dinosaurs or fight cat people.
But yeah, so they're all looking at me now.
Yeah. And they seem to be patiently waiting now, just...
Right. Terribly sorry to interrupt whatever you were discussing. but are matters I wish to attend to. Question, actually very curious now. The pilgrim ships crashed some miles away. How did you manage to get them here? Or what it seemed to be at least part of them.
Starships
Yes.
use torches, cut metal, dragged.
Oh my god! If this keeps
Okay.
up, we're gonna learn how they shit next.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Because yeah, they managed to drag it all the way through the jungle.
How did we miss a path? Was there a path?
They've probably been here for a long enough time.
No.
But just
It
you managed
would have
to.
been like 5 minutes, and that would have grown over again.
Yeah, Death Worlds are
Oh,
notorious
fair.
for that shit.
You managed to drag it all the way through the jungle.
Many lost, but Earthhome built.
Don't suppose you'd know if there'd be anything valuable left in those ships.
Maybe. Took most. What Vision's told to. Left rest.
Well then.
Captain, if I may ask, these visions.
My subordinate has a question. Ramirez, if you would.
I'm going to step forward and give them a wave as they know that I know that they know that I was trying to reach into their minds earlier.
You know,
Yes. I'm not entirely sure how much of this you can comprehend. But your visions, what are they? What exactly did you see in these visions that told you to take these things? When did they come? Did you expect them?
Visions. Ancestors speak. Guide. Protect. Come in time of need to save.
And they cannot be forced to come. They must come at their leisure whenever you need them, not whenever you wish them.
Can call to ancestors. May not answer.
And from my roles last time, I knew that sorcery is a very you call it, it comes sort of thing.
Sorcery doesn't always have the desired effect, but it's generally very noticeable when sorcery is happening around you.
Okay.
There are rites, there are special altars and shit built.
It's like ritual magic. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What of these visions that guided you, that saved you from the falling of the ships? What did they tell you to take to build this motion around Earth home?
Metal for building.
Out of character. Out of character, I'm trying to figure out what might still be on that ship worth nicking.
are you Adaptus Mechanicus?
But yeah, their answer. Metal, tools for building. Weapons, armor to protect. Later, foundry to make more.
I thought he said litter first.
Foundry? That bad?
Brony spooky
I
ghosts.
think it is.
Stop the pen.
It might be.
Were there any visions of did we receive any visions of our coming, of the Lord Captain, the Dragon Slayer?
Visions that we've come to wait to death. You hear in the background.
Dragon
So I get
Slayer.
just like hush you.
Dragon Slayer. Strong leader. No vision, but great honor to lead.
Right, so you're not their Jesus, whoever that is.
Pretty sure I met that guy at a bar once.
I heard a lot of the custodes talking about him whenever I was in the whenever I was in the Imperial Palace, getting my eyes burned out of my skull. But
I hear he was a really chill dude.
So,
Thank you for your time as I step back and just kind of look to the others.
So, what was this about a foundry that lets you make more weapons?
they point to the younger lion. Young seer, had vision, mighty forge, make new weapons, armor. Retrieved, brought to Earthhome.
May I see this mighty forge?
They look among themselves for a long moment. In time, not now.
Alright, and time implies that something needs to happen first. What needs to happen first?
Contact Far tribe. See home. Tell of Skyafa.
I think I can manage that, actually.
One of them raises their hand. Not need. Reaches forward and presses a couple panels that you imagine must be beyond the curve of the table. And
So the floor opens up and we're dead.
those blue crystal cylinders start to hum, and then there's a slight popping sound before a series of blue images appear opposite the table from the elders that are here, and you see more lion-like forms.
Have I ever seen anything like this?
You've seen hologram technology before. It's pretty rare in the Imperium, but you've seen it.
Okay. I'm looking at the
Vanessa
Lord
just
Patrick like we
shrugs.
need to steal that. We need to nick that.
That's nothing new, really. I mean, their presentation's a little more fancier than typical stuff, but this isn't like, oh my god, I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You didn't grow up having to scavenge out of abandoned ship
No,
corridors to eat.
no, I wasn't born as a filthy little boy.
Alright, we need to talk about that attitude problem we have. At some point. Probably when we get back
Amira
to the
is
ship.
a dire sword, trying to tell himself that Vanessa does not deserve to have her soul carved out of her body.
She just gives you like a smile, and then sees you that you put your hand on the sword. Is like, she was trying to be funny.
No, I'm not actually putting my hand on the sword.
Oh, okay, it's out of character. All right.
I would not put my hand on the dire sword of in any relation to anybody in this crew. That's a quick way to die.
So they're communicating with the holographic lions now.
Yes, and you see them. They report on what's been said so far and what you've done, and you see for a moment it looks like it might devolve back into them just talking without even noticing anybody else.
Nessa unholsters the infernal pistol slowly.
But the young lion does sort of call their
Put my
attention
power
back.
armor hand on hers.
The young lion sort of calls the attention of the elders back, and overhead a camera descends from the ceiling and kind of looks down at you, and you actually see your image. You actually see a blue holographic image of the lot of you appear on top of the table.
I straighten my posture immediately.
Oh god, it's just like the inspections back on the black ships.
What inspection?
I curl up sadly now.
Vanessa just looks very unamused, probably.
Yeah. The elders talk a bit more amongst themselves, and then finally they all seem to come to an agreement. And the holograms blink out. The elders that are present look back to you. May see Forge. Both tribes know now. Skyafa have come. They kind of point to Vanessa. take harem to level.
Vanessa flips a switch on her Inferno pistol as you guys hear it like a charge.
I'm
just
going
gonna
to
put
just
that power hammer hand I have on her hand. I'll break it.
She just like stares at you, Like, fine, if that's how you let them treat your officers. Very well, Lord Captain.
Cultural differences are a thing. I don't know what you want from me. Get over it.
She shrugs the armored hand off as best she can and just proceeds to like the back of the group.
I can't lie. I don't like being called part of your harem.
You're not part of my harem. You're in power armor.
Look down. Oh shit, I am.
Vanessa just like rolls her eyes at that statement. Like, oh my God, he is blind.
Okay,
he just got really lucky when he guessed my lipstick color.
But anyway, take harem 2 floors down, it said?
Yeah. Take harem 2 levels down. Doctor will fix.
Doctor will fix?
Fix?
Okay, I don't like the sound of that. In character, I don't like the sound of that.
You see her raise the Inferno pistol? You dare speak to me like that? Fix.
I'm going to put a hand
they didn't
on
speak
her.
to you, actually. They were just speaking about you.
I'm going to put a hand in front of the Inferno pistol's barrel like an idiot.
Out of the power fist gauntlet. Well, I was saying, literally, when the Inferno pistol got raised, the power fist gauntlet just grasps your hand, just wrench it down. Not turned on, but I have a power fist around your hand right now.
So now we side with the adhumans. I'm not even allowed to defend or speak about my honor.
Vanessa, I think you're jumping to conclusions here. I'm the one here that seems to be, well, not immediately. I don't know. I seem very unbiased in this case, I suppose. Lord Captain's trying to get what we're doing here sorted, and there is a cultural difference here. Though I am curious, what did you mean by fix?
Arm burned. Fix.
Okay, heal. Heal is the word you want. It's H-E-A. You don't know what I'm saying.
Yes, they do. They can speak basic.
I can barely read. He doesn't know what letters are.
Well, then they could refer to me by my name instead of calling me a harem.
I don't think they know your name.
Well, you didn't do much of a job of introducing the rest of your retain, my lord. It's Vanessa.
Retain is not a word to know.
You seem very annoyed, Vanessa. You should just.
I had to. As she now kind of like in the back with Ramirez, as they're kind of
I'm gently guiding her away from all of this shit because
I had to walk through hours of jungle, get nearly killed by a few blasted creatures, then get disrespected by a bunch of dirt-eating, dirt-sniffing abhumans who should be kissing the ground that we walk on. Instead, I'm called some harem.
Right, pride. That's a thing you nobles have in the back of his mind. Pride.
She kind of pulls you by the gas mask closer as best she can, face to face. Pride is something that everybody has, even someone like you. She pushes your head away.
Yes, pride is something we all have, but you should also know the meaning.
I have more of a reason to have it more than any of you, except for the Lord Captain.
Okay, that's fair, your nobility. Secondly... where'd you come from?
I've literally been here the entire time. We've all been with it. And
yes,
I'm pretty sure I haven't taken my power fist off of her hand yet.
How did I miss? Never mind. But yes, you need to know when to bite your tongue and stay silent, because this is a very delicate matter we're dealing with.
Delicate matter. Oh my God! So when I walk over Insect Hill, I have to consider that a delicate matter. She just like rolls
No,
her eyes.
but when you
I'm not
walk
gonna
inside
shoot
of
them. You
it,
can let go of my arm.
You guys can all hear the low growling
I
around you now
am.
from the guards.
oh hush you, filthy humans.
Whereas, take Vanessa to get her arm fixed.
Yes, Lord Captain.
Why don't
Well,
you
I would happily go, but unfortunately, the arms mistress seems to have something to say to me. Or are you going to
Alright.
let go?
You go too. Take 5 armsmen with you. The other 5 of you stay with me.
Well,
Lord Captain, I would advise against sending all of your officers away. I would ask that you keep either me or Oriana with you.
in fact, let go.
I don't need anyone's protection.
Say again,
No.
Patrick. You were crackling in and out, so.
I heard him say that he had let go, right, Pat?
Yeah, I had said that, but I either been talked over or was crackling in and out, but then I crackled in and out again when I was saying that. So yay.
Yeah, she. If you're letting her go for her arm yet, because it's not like I can't pull away from your power arm. Well, I mean, I could, but I don't want to try.
It would hurt.
Yeah.
Oriana, go with her. Make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. Take 5 armsmen with
She
you.
just like looks so mean at the Lord Captain for that one.
You can look me over you
Right.
like.
Asshole. I hate my neighbor.
Somebody should have
Eh,
muffled her off their goddamn car.
It's for
yeah.
real.
So yeah, she's fairly not happy at all the disrespect.
I have to agree with her, though, Lord Captain. I don't like seeing any of my crew be disrespected, let alone you. You are the one
Cultural
of everyone.
differences are a
Cultural
thing.
differences, maybe it's,
Ramirez.
but I do have to agree that just stating, like Vanessa had said, if you had given our names and not had her be referred to as harem, I doubt she would have been as aggressive. It's just my view, Lord Captain.
Perhaps that's in the past now. For the future, we'll remember that. Now, looking at whatever lion is here, if they would take us to the forge.
The White Lion points to 2 of his tiger soldiers and points to Moriana and Vanessa, and then down the hall. They flank you and show you the way down to the medical wing. And the White Lion and the remaining 2 guards then nod to Iskander and begin showing him down the hall.
And I'm going to sneak away to find the harem room. Because the dungeon master didn't say I was being led anywhere.
I assumed you were with one group or the other, but I suppose I did just do that.
I'm invisible now. But no, was I still going with Vanessa, Lord Captain? Just standing in the
No,
back of the hallway?
Oriana's going with Vanessa. You're coming with me.
Okay, good. You did take my suggestion. All right, let's go. Looking around at all the filthy abhumans. Gotta remember, I have to be racist.
Looking at those filthy half-human women. Watching you,
So-
It's
Ramirez.
like the fucking farce here all over again.
Just you wait, Pat. Just you wait.
But,
I don't have to wait. I know what's gonna happen.
You
he's gonna
think
wind
you
up
know what?
he's gonna wind up end up falling for one, killing its lover, and making it want to kill him. You know, it's like
I mean, that's just the habit of like
Exactly.
as a player. It feels. I'm starting to think Shane doesn't like me.
it's. I think it's only been one time that I've done that to you, but okay.
It is, but that's the second time it's ever happened to me as a player, and it's just like this is too oddly specific of a scenario to happen more than once.
At any
Not
rate,
necessarily.
But yes, I'm following the Lord Captain.
right. We will follow Moriana and Vanessa first, as your tiger guides lead you again through long halls and eventually down an elevator.
All right, and Vanessa's taking note of what's around.
As you walk, the hallways are pretty box, very boxy. Just they just sort of welded the metal together to shore up the walls and floor and ceiling, of course. But
All right, and she's like keeping an eye, like trying to memorize the route that they took, and keep an eye on the guards too, since they were getting pretty pissy.
go ahead and give me an awareness test real quick, both Moriana and Vanessa,
Fucking A.
and give yourself a plus 20 because it's not hard to spot.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I really
They are all staring at both of your asses, even the guardsmen.
Especially the guardsman. I want to tap that sweet,
make
sweet
note.
noble.
Right. You both notice that the guards seem to be following the blue lines that are painted along the walls.
All right. So yeah, Vanessa goes along with this, though she's fairly unhappy.
Yeah,
And
eventually you do come to a large elevator that slowly grinds its way down a couple floors, and when it lets out, you emerge into what actually seems a pretty spacious hospital area. There are multiple of these felonids all moving about, some of them tending to wounded, others just sort of looking for things to do to keep busy. Some of them are just moving supplies around. But the guards lead you to an older female felonid with a leopard print to her body, and she looks over at Vanessa and just sort of she chats to the guards in a slightly more debased variant of the tribal dialect, asking this and that, and you're pretty sure you hear the term night dragon again.
yeah, she kind of just gives like a slight sigh, probably thinking they're talking about the Dragon Slayer.
It,
Uh,
After a moment, the leopard felonid holds up one finger, trots off real quick, comes back, and she's holding something behind her arm, and she just sort of like points to one of your guards for a moment. Vanessa, just kind of looking past you and pointing to one of your guards.
Wait, did we bring other guards besides Moriana?
The Lord Captain did tell you to take some of your guardsmen.
Okay.
They look at me
All
space on
right. She just like she just looks at like the youngest one, probably the one she saved before. And it looks like you get to repay that again. And she like grabs him by the collar a bit and kind of like shoves him forward.
Yeah, as you go to grab him by the collar, like you look away, go to grab him by the collar, and she just suddenly lunges out and sticks a large needle full of something green in your arm, and just sort of squeezes it in.
Wait, which arm?
The burned one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ah,
still,
you bitch!
yeah, pretty much. Just, like, ah, you low-born human filth. Ah. I mean, well, does it even hurt? That's a good question.
It stings as it goes in, but as soon as she starts squeezing the liquid into your arm, it starts to numb.
She like kind of like almost falls a bit due to the surprise and kind of like ends up like sort of accidentally choking the guard that was there. She kind of was pulling him by the collar, trying to keep herself
man.
up from.
Yeah,
She got you that good morphine.
as much as to relieve the pressure on his own throat, he does reach out and like sort of keep you from falling and help you back to your feet.
Yeah, and she's like, "What was that for?
The
What did you inject me with?" And she has like one hand on her pistol.
Yeah, the leopard cocks its head at you. Numb.
Numb. What are you talking about?
Kind of like points to her arm where she jabbed you, and just kind of says again, numb.
And she kind of just like looks at her
I
arm,
feel
make sure
like
nothing happens.
One of the guys. No.
I'm just waiting for Vanessa to slowly start slurring. Like I'm not.
No.
Vanessa, do go ahead and make me a toughness test real quick.
I have decadence too, by the way.
Alright, I
Which
believe that
I
gives
think-
you a plus
You
10.
have
Carouse, I think?
decadence. Of course you do. No, decadence means you get the plus 10 to resist drugs.
Alright.
This is a drug,
Yeah,
technically.
so plus 10.
So, all those years of drug abuse hopefully will pay off.
By the way, kids,
All
don't do
those
drugs.
years of doing, all those years of doing Nova cocaine. All
And they do.
By the way, kids, don't do drugs.
Oh, good God.
Drugs are
Yes,
never
kids,
worth
don't
it.
do drugs unless Nash tells you to.
No, especially then don't do it. Never listen to Slanesh.
Cheaters don't do
Plus,
drugs.
will get you paid.
Cheaters don't do
Let's
drugs.
get you paid to do it.
If you ain't cheating, then you ain't trying.
Cheaters don't do drugs, except steroids, in which case do lots of drugs.
Oh God. Yeah.
Or winners don't do drugs, except steroids. Fucked it up. Oh well. Moving on. But yeah, Vanessa. There's this initial like wave of just sudden fatigue, but it sort of wavers and fades after a moment, and your arm is still numb. You get the idea from having had to have surgery before as a noble that it's it's an anesthetic.
Okay, she kind of looks at her and just looks at her just very angry and with disdain, you know? Because she wouldn't mind if it was properly explained instead of just like, bam, you know?
Yeah.
Let me heal you, you know?
You say friggin' just that was battle.
And she tells the leopard lady, oh,
But
go
I
for it.
say it was just in it. Yeah, you probably just could have at least gestured. I doubt resisted.
Yes, I wouldn't have with proper explanation given.
It is
Yeah,
fair.
the
Let's
leopard just
get
kind of
the
looks at
needle
the
fucking
tigers,
arm.
shrugs. Yeah, the leopard just kind of looks at the tigers, shrugs, then quietly disposes of the needle in a bio waste container and leads to a operating bed.
She like is just a crusading internally once again in her mind, thinking, well, you wouldn't be shrugging if I popped you in the leg. So yeah, she's like, well, what now then?
The
I don't
leopard,
see my arm getting any better.
yeah, the leopard motions for you to lay down in the bed. Fix.
Vanessa, you're one of the only ones of us that you actually, what am I saying? Only ones of us. I'm the only one of us in this party that hasn't had to have surgery before, or voluntarily non-lobotomizing surgery.
What is that? Is that a tradition apparently in the group?
Yeah.
Get surgery?
I mean, Iskander had to get it because, you know...
What is this, Easy
died.
Company? We all have a tradition of getting shot in the ass. Okay, sure.
Okay, that's gonna be one of our regiment's like requirements tomorrow, guys.
Get shot in the ass? Oh,
Exactly.
We're a pretty goddamn awful guard regiment, then we're all missing an ass cheek because las guns.
God. Yeah, well, could be worse stuff you could be shot at, like Tyranid stuff.
That's
Anyway.
how you know. That's how you know we're not lazing around on the job. We physically cannot sit down.
You can still sit down, just on your knees. On your knees, motherfucker. All right. Anyways, so she goes over and just sits down, carefully like eyeing her this time. You know.
Leopard kind of looks at the limb, and you said last time that you had pulled the entire sleeve off, just tore it off and threw it, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tossed it to the side.
Yeah. So with the arm bare, you see her. She kind of signs out for you, just like wait, just like that hand out, just like stay. Goes.
She just like looks at her like, yeah, ha, 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 you know.
Yeah. Goes kind of jogging off across the open medical plaza, and comes back pushing a small cart with a box of reddish, kind of slightly green tinted liquid.
Vanessa looks slightly concerned, but so far nothing bad's happened.
Yeah, and as she pulls it up next to you, you can see there's something floating in it. It almost looks like some sort of wet cloth.
Vanessa kind of like taps it a bit, tries to gesture in a question manner to the wet cloth thing.
Yeah. The leopard in response smiles to you, puts on a pair of gloves, opens the plastic top to it, and the smell from this is just atrocious. It stings in your nostrils and it burns a little bit in your sinuses.
Vanessa takes her handkerchief and covers her face. Oh, 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 Emperor's golden balls. What is that? Oh,
Lord Captain, do you smell something terrible?
Smell bad.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah. The leopard, smell bad, but fix.
What is that?
Enough.
Before you even touch me with that, tell me what that is.
Angel flesh.
What is angel flesh?
Kind of cocks head. From great ships.
Shane.
Hmm.
What could I do common lore war to understand that might, synth flesh or the equivalent?
You can make that test.
I thought I had
It
that.
smelled bad. It smelled real bad.
And then,
You're-
oh god,
you've
the
been-
smell.
You've been in a position before where people have had to have synth flesh grafts. Usually the stuff it's kept in does not smell like this.
Ugh.
Oh god, rotten synth flesh.
This is an awful smelling antiseptic.
Ugh.
And it's sort of throwing off. You don't know if this is synth skin because you don't remember the container smelling like that.
Vanessa's gonna try to roll. Can I roll underworld? Maybe I don't know. I'm grasping at straws on this one, really.
You can roll underworld, but with a -10.
Fair enough.
Your family might at some point have traded illegal medical supplies.
What? No, we didn't. Yeah,
Wow.
that's fucking nope.
Yeah, no, you're not familiar with anything called angel flesh, and you're pretty sure
Yeah,
something that smells like this probably shouldn't be on you.
Yeah, Vanessa keeps her arm away and shakes her head with a handkerchief over her face. No, I'm not allowing that on me. That smells dead, rotten. Smells like it crawled up something's ass, died there, sat for a few months, then was pulled out and left in some foul-smelling dishwater.
That was very descriptive.
Yeah,
Wasn't
no,
a very good description though. Fell apart at the end.
Don't make you with a thesaurus.
But no, the leopard fell into sort of almost looks hurt, and kind of recoils a little bit, but will fix, make arm better.
She looks at her arm how bad is my arm?
Well, let's see. That acid did how much out of how many wounds?
How many wounds yet?
You lost a lot of wounds.
I lost a lot of wounds. Yeah, I think it took either half or a little bit over half.
Yeah.
Can she see the bone?
No, but it's some pretty bad acid burns. This is
Like,
some pretty
what-
corrosive venom.
Does it look very unsightly?
It looks pretty bad.
Okay, fair enough. Like Freddy Cougar bad?
Vanessa, you probably.
Getting pretty close.
Vanessa, just your arm. Now allow her to help you so you can actually keep it.
Vanessa
And
just
then
shoots a
after,
glare at Marina. You know,
But-
easy for you to say. You're not the one that has to have it put on your arm. Yeah, so she
Yeah.
sits back down.
And then Tink's bionic legs.
She's like, she doesn't like even bother paying attention to that. It's kind of like your problems, not mine, kind of mentality. Yeah. And she just like puts her arm back closer, and she just nods, not wanting to even like she kind of like tries to turn her head away a bit, not enough to where she can't keep an eye on, but enough to where her nose isn't pointing in the direction.
Yeah.
God, you're worse than kid me getting a shot. Just fucking nut up and do it.
But
How
yeah,
about I stick that down your mouth, man?
yeah. But the leopard felonid does reach into the antiseptic liquids, pulls up a few strips of what looks. It sort of looks like really pale skin, just a thin sheet of it, and begins to slowly wrap it around the burn wounds on your arm. The felonids, Moriana, have definitely looked at you a bit odd. Why do you have metal legs? But haven't really made any. They haven't made any distinct note of it.
Vanessa's just like trying to go back to her a bit of a happy place, like think about looking forward to something later, like getting back, having a nice long cold drink. Uh, Finally, almost done fixing the sanguineous statue. Almost, she like kind of glazes back, like, ah, God, it's so gross. I really wish I brought a long glove.
Yeah. But yeah, the leopard felonid does wrap these strips around the acid burns, and then brings up a small device and just sort of holds it over the false skin, holds down a small trigger on it, and it emits a red glow, and it's very warm for a few moments as the flesh slowly begins to adhere to your own skin. And once it's all dry and adhered, she lets go of the trigger, puts the device away, recovers the antiseptic tank, and then just sort of smiles to you. Is fixed. Will feel natural in a few days.
Vanessa
Quick,
looks at it. Go for it.
are there like bald spots on some of the tiger warriors, or does the synth skin grow hair, like grow fur like they normally do?
Some of the warriors do have scarred spots on them, but no like large patches.
Make it
That guy's called Patches. Yeah. Hey, Patches.
Used to be tabby. Those days are gone.
Yeah, so yeah, Vanessa looks over the arm, inspecting it, see if it's up to her standards.
Noticeably, the drying and adhering process has left it a bit darker, so it looks a bit closer to your own arm. It is a bit of it does bump up a bit, but you can already see it starting to slim down against your arm.
Yeah, so she looks back to the leopard woman and nods and asks her, "What's your name?"
Kind of cocks head. Name?
Yes, name.
Kind of removing gloves and throwing them in another bio waste container. Just sort of pokes her fingers against the top of her, effectively the center of her clavicle. Mera,
Yes, Mara.
call
Hmm,
Mera.
Mara. Mara. She kind of like repeats it to herself. Good work, Mara. Much appreciated. I'll see that you're properly rewarded.
Just kind of waves soft, gently. No reward. Did job. You heal.
You will get
I go.
you will get reward. All right. I'll have none about this whole
Listen,
humble
you
routine.
bullborn shit, you're gonna let me reward you.
Pretty much. I don't know those exact words, but she stands up and pats Mira on the shoulder, and then looks over to Moria. Morana and nods.
Yeah. Kira gives a slight bow and makes her excuses and hurries off to go see if she can help anybody else.
Hmm. If there's some potential amongst the population here. I was starting to worry once we met the council there.
They did seem a bit eccentric.
Eccentric. They were senile.
Yeah,
That's
I was trying to be a bit nicer about it.
You shouldn't have to try. They haven't exactly rolled out the red carpet for us. Unless you're the Dragon
Yeah.
Slayer.
Not wrong.
I know I'm
And
not.
apologies for earlier.
Hmm? She has to take a couple seconds to remember she's still looking at her arm. Oh, yes. Huh. Didn't expect you were the type to apologize. But apology noted. Hmm.
Well, all things considered, I say that is done. We should find the Lord Captain. Then?
Mm-hmm. Hmm? Oh. Yeah, I agree. Though she does look back towards the mirror one more time. And if she's looking, she gives like another more polite bow nod. Not full on bow, but like
Yeah, just
respect.
inclination of the head.
Nah. It's like, when we come through and kill all your people, you get to live. That's a joke. Uh,
But yes, whenever you request the tigers to begin leading you towards the forge. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile.
yeah, meanwhile with the captain, Ramirez, you and Captain Iskander have been led down the hallways, and go ahead and give me awareness with that +20. The both of you.
My toe. Why is my singular toe hurting?
Because it says fuck you.
Fuck you, Jeffrey.
You wish you could, bitch.
Look, I'm not too good at seeing. That's a critical fail.
Yeah, Ramirez, you've been thinking about these unsanctioned diviners.
I'm really fucking worried about that, by the way. It's like one I could handle, maybe two, but that's a whole council of them. That is very bad. That is actually begging for something terrible to happen. That's just his thought process the entire time he's walking. It's like, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
Yeah. But Iskander, you do note that as you're going through the halls, you see that the white line leading you is following the red lines.
Hmm.
And you find, after a while, you come to another of the great doors, and the white line looks to you and politely asks you to turn around for a second.
Bend
Turn
over.
around.
Grab your knees and pray, Lord Captain.
And I shot fucking.
I'm going to point to my face and be like, I can't see, though. Do I have to turn?
You're in a helmet. I don't think he knows you can't see.
I'm in a helmet with very obviously, like, redded out lenses, like, to the point that they are, like, you could not see through them. You cannot see into the mask.
All I can see is red glass.
Ooh, that right.
And then somebody
Yeah, I'm
shoots you
asking,
in the face, and all you can see is glass and blood.
do I have to turn around? Like, I actually cannot see. I do not have eyes.
The white lion kind of looks at you for a moment. Saw a dragon. Swung sword.
Damn, he got me. I don't need to see to do that. You know what? There. I'm going to turn around. And I'm going to listen to what buttons he pushes.
You hear the sequence. It doesn't mean anything to you at the moment, but you hear the
You
sequence.
you have obviously never pushed keys on a fucking number pad before.
I
They
have.
each make they each make slightly distinctive sounds.
They do, but without seeing which hit button equals which sound, it doesn't make much
I
sense.
can sequentially go through and see later. It's fine. This thing's not like an iPhone. It's not going to lock me out after 3 attempts.
No, but it might sound an alarm.
It's fine. 3 attempts. We're the Imperium. We don't do anything right. We do it to where it just works.
Anyway, after a second, he tells you can turn around again as the door hisses open. And as you're let inside, the first room you enter is this very long, large hall, just full of rack upon rack of various weapons. You see auto pistols, auto guns, shotguns. Somewhere in the back, you're pretty sure you see a couple rows of heavy stubbers.
They
Mhm.
are well on those things considered. These most of the crystals find here. That most of the natural beasts are walking around in anything other than their own thick hides.
You do, however, notice that several of the heavier grades of weaponry appear to be in various states of repair.
Hmm.
You look at one of the arms and just be like, that Carapsonic could probably take a few shots from that heavy stubber, don't you think?
I'd rather not have to take shots from heavy stubber, but I suppose if it came down to it, I could.
Just asking. We're not going to be angering anyone here. Good
Certainly
to see
hope
that.
not, sir. There's a lot more of them than there are of us.
Yes, and then I'm going to tap the bolt pistol on my hip, and we are better armed. If it did come to a fight, there's no telling what would happen. But it won't come to a fight. The Lord Captain is making sure of it.
But yes,
Hang on.
carrying on through this room,
Just looking around, trying to find out like the overall quality, because these are obviously not Mechanicus made weapons. These
You
are.
trip again.
you're
See, I'm used to green being good.
yeah, but negative sign means bad.
No, you know what? That's a fate point. That's a natural 100. That's a fate point.
All right, that makes 2 so far.
Yep.
That's 2 fate points spent.
All right. I think
That
the
would have
only
gotten me a warp, guys.
yeah, I think the only system I like with the points better is Fantasy Flight Star Wars, just because it's a group resource then.
Hey guys, can I spend a light side point? No. Well, fuck you. I'm doing it anyways.
Anyway, but yes, with the 2.6 degrees of success there, looking over them, they do appear to all be of standard patterns and fairly good quality. They're definitely made from the same blueprints as most other auto weapons you've seen, or at least standard patterns you've seen. The only thing that really stands out as being possibly of lower grade are the heavier weapons, but that again in your head that might just be because most of them are currently being assembled for maintenance.
Not doing too terribly for themselves. These are decently made weapons. They won't fail. At least not without user error. Said the man with no eyes.
Indeed. But as you continue through this armory and you move down a short hallway and into the next room, as soon as the door opens to this room, you're sort of hit by this just wave of heat. And even in your power armor, you can feel it a little bit. It's certainly a few degrees hotter in here than it is anywhere else you've been so far.
Our poor fucking armsmen.
Yeah. They and the Felonids both seem to share a moment of discomfort as they advance into the room. And in this room, you see Felonids of both genders, but all of them resembling hairless sphinxes in appearance, aside from their humanoid posture.
Ah, the
Ew.
slave caste. Every civilization has one.
But these ones are scurrying about here and there, all of them either either working the machines and creating parts, or moving parts around, or maintaining the machinery itself. And they all sort of look up as the white lion kind of shows you around, and then quickly put their eyes back to their work as you pass. But the foundry itself is pretty fucking good. It's clearly actual Imperial technology. They did go to the ships and drag it here.
So, this would be a thing that would have just been on a pilgrim vessel. Just, you need a gun? We'll make the gun.
It's sort of odd for it to be on a standard pilgrim vessel, but a lot of Imperial battle fleets, especially when they are supporting ground operations, have vessels with them that are modified to carry Mechanicus pattern foundries to produce replacement weaponry, or more commonly power packs to feed the war machine.
Right.
Oh,
Okay, so just because I've figured out this mystery, this is how they're making things. All right, I'm gonna look at this white lion. Tell me, is there any problems your people have that you yourselves cannot solve?
yes, what is our RPG quest line here?
Oh God.
The white lion thinks for a moment. Problem? Kind of points to the roof. Jungle.
Uh,
Fierce.
back around.
I was about to say Dan's favorite words.
That's the
Just
word of the day,
jungle,
kids.
then. Like specifically, just okay. But is it only the jungle? Because I'm good, but I can't do much about a death world. A death world is just kind of a death world.
Let's say Dragon Slayer, you got to beat the shit out of that the Death Roll jungle. Take it single on, by yourself.
Just walk up
You
to
could
the
do it.
biggest tree, take your gloves off, and box it.
Yep, that's how you gain respect, man.
You get all of its tree wives.
All right, kids. I'm going to show you how we used to hate fighters the old-fashioned way.
With fire grenades.
Yeah. So just the jungle is fierce. I will
Yeah.
make note of this.
But yeah, the white line goes on. Beasts hunt. Bad to fight. Attract wolves. Many wolves.
Mm.
Hunt smaller creatures. Drag back. Cook to eat.
This is the second time you've mentioned the wolves. What exactly are these wolves, and why are they more fearsome than the dragon was? Even in great numbers, something smaller than that would not be too much threat to us.
Dragon went down like a bitch.
One dragon. Big. Slower. Cannot go everywhere. Many wolves. Small. Fast. Can follow.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Dragon hunts alone. Wolves hunt together.
I'm just looking at the Lord Captain, like, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. There were there were there were 14 of us. We're all very well armed. This is out of character, by the way. That doesn't. We could handle wolves.
Depending on how large the pack is, perhaps, perhaps not. If every pack is 100 wolves, then yeah, we'd probably get mowed down.
Right? Can you count
And
how large?
Considering
is
a death world, that's probably what it is.
Considering the death world, I'm just surprised that the trees aren't becoming the wolves.
How do you know?
look. This obviously is a bad death world because the wolves have yet to learn how to open doors.
Oh, silly! It's the Velociraptors that do that.
Like I
Clever
said,
girl.
macro round.
Nope.
Man.
These Felinids will be like our army of some variety. They live in the fucking part of space I want.
No,
They
I was
can
just
be
saying
easily.
the
Actually,
forest.
that's a good point. I'm gonna start conversing with the Lord Captain in secret tongue of the rogue traders.
You guys are
Oh,
secret
that's dirty.
cant.
Yeah, just
Is that like talking
what?
in Braille or something?
No, we're talking, but we're saying very big
What are you
business words that mean
talking,
other big
Braille?
business words.
Small bump, little bump, higher bump, diagonal bump.
Lord Captain, what exactly
Yeah,
is it?
but that's also the
accomplish?
position that they're in. It doesn't quite work.
Hey, how about you guys don't talk over my kill?
Anyway,
No, that's fine. That was me choosing a bad time to talk. It only pisses me off when you talk over me, Jeffrey. But
Oh, well
yes,
then fuck you. Just gonna keep
Lord-
talking then, you useless ass bitch. How do you feel about this? Does it make you
I feel like
angry?
she has a lot
Are
of
you
en-
angry at my go?
You're the face. You're
That's true.
supposed to be talking.
But yes, Lord Captain, what exactly is our goal with this planet? What are we seeking to accomplish here on Rantham?
I mean, as of now, we're just exploring it because we wound up here. Could look at future opportunities. We have plenty of time for that. But if I'm being honest, these felonids, they're well set up. They have a decent base camp. If we can get them to serve us and join us, it would be the start of an army, which would be influence. All we'd have to do to probably get their loyalty is make their death world a bit easier to live on. Which is all in all not impossible.
Can I roll knowledge death worlds to know how possible that is?
do you have said knowledge?
Yeah, I don't have that specific of a knowledge.
You
Can Miko roll knowledge 40K to know how viable that is of a plan? Because to me that sounds awesome.
Ramirez, just give me a straight intelligence test.
I love that. Toad. Just give me a straight intelligence test, man.
Go intelligence.
Just do that so damn you.
Damn it, now but just
Hold on, guys. I need to go to the lexiconum real quick.
you know that making somebody's life on a death world easier is slightly harder than surviving on a death world.
Only slightly.
I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do and how you're going about it.
Yeah, it depends on
Let's
what.
Like if-
go about this.
Like if you have no if we're
I mean,
doing like
I re-
unrestrained warfare on the death world, you might be able to do it. Virus bomb.
Well, there's quite a bit of material left on those ships. Knowing we don't know how long
rocks
we're going,
on the catachan.
we don't know how long we're going to be here, but maybe see about offering them aid in further fortifying their ground, their Earth home, the area around it with the remainder of the ships. Given that they seem to have already gutted the most of them.
That will be the first task, no doubt. After that, once they prove to be, and again, and rogue traders can't, once they prove to be more loyal, probably equip them better, make hunting and surviving easier. But we'll see. Right,
I'm just curious, as this was not even a planned stop of ours, and yet we're venturing quite
This
deep
isn't
into their Earth home.
this isn't a planned stop, but since we're here, we need to take advantage of it. And I'd say we've taken pretty good advantage of it, considering now we know these people are here.
In all honesty,
And
the
have
count of
some
several
connection to
sanctions
Psychers.
Psychers makes me nervous.
I would be nervous, but the Inquisition themselves says they're fine. So I'm not sure what
The
to make of
Inquisition has the Inquisition themselves have approved felonids as a stable abhuman race.
Okay. For what I was told, this planet's felonies should be fine. So far, they're fine. It's weird that there are a bunch of unsanctioned psychers, and I might go talk to some people about that, but
Okay, no,
I'm not gonna freak out.
Specifically, the Inquisition has okayed out the felonid strains as stable abhuman strains. The unsanctioned psychers is probably a fact of the fact that this world is out in the unbeholden is part of the fact that this world is out in the unbeholden reaches.
Because they're so unbeholden.
Okay, effectively, the Imperium knows there are felonids on Ramian, but that's due to a quick recon of the planet before the exploration fleet that cataloged the planet moved on to other worlds.
They haven't actually confirmed the presence of Psychers here.
Yeah, they stopped in, noted it was a death world, noted that it had felonids, and moved on.
I understand that, and why this is a thing. There are a lot of Psychers here. Yeah, that's interesting. It's not something I want to be particularly worried about right now, because none of them are trying to do some really terrible shit. I'll probably tell someone about that who knows how to handle that, because I don't, and that's not really my thing.
The only reason I wasn't with Vanessa in drawing my weapon is because their wards seem untouched so far. Unsanctioned Psychers are very dangerous because they're not as properly warded against demonic possession as I am. All it takes is one falling, and then the rest will fall in line. That is why I'm so concerned.
To someone who has the knowledge to deal with this.
At your command, Lord Captain. Also, Lord Captain, what's a pleasure world? I'm looking at this map in the background, and pleasure world seems very non-kosher given everything I know about this setting.
Well, you see, Ramirez. I'll tell you about that later.
They are vacation worlds for the rich and famous.
They are basically paradise for the rich and famous.
Okay, you've never been to one?
I've never been to one myself.
Not a pleasure, because pleasure world to me sounds like, hey, let's fucking venerate Slanesh all day, blood orgies on me.
No, well,
like literally
that sometimes happens on them, but it's not the purpose of them. It's a very beautiful planet where imperial nobility goes to get a break from oppressing the peasants. It can be very tedious.
Right. Well, all right. So I'm going to thank the Lion for showing us this, and we should probably check in to see if our navigator's working out everything.
You dead yet, lady?
I mean, hopefully not.
Yo, bitch, you be dead.
I thank him, and then I ask him if he can show us out of the Earth home, as we do need to make a call.
I can just do that here, Captain. We don't.
I don't think you can. It's going to be much harder. I don't know how far we are underground.
We're still within. Look, just watch, and I'm going to contact my choir.
I think this from several systems away.
I can actually contact Terra if I wanted to right now.
Maybe not that far, but.
Well, with my choir, I could.
You could pass a message along to Terra.
I could pass a message up to a segmentum away at the highest ranking with me and my choir working together.
At the Just Watch is just gonna put a hand on Ramirez. They didn't like you because you are a Sky Witch. You think the next thing to do is use your powers to call the ship. Yes, because that makes sense when we could just walk outside and use the comm.
We can't actually. We tried before. Remember, the connection was.
We tried when we were in the jungle. If we're
This
just
Earth home is
there,
still in the jungle, though, is it not?
Might be a better connection.
Well, Captain, have you tried calling anyone from in the mountains? It doesn't work. The connection is worse.
We're going outside before we make the call.
Yes, but if you go outside the cave that the entrance to Earth home is located in.
I'm contacting my fucking choir.
You're gonna be in the jungle, dude.
Welcome to jungle.
I'm sending the instantaneous message through to Amelie and my choir.
Alright, what message are you trying to get across?
Just... Lord Captain is curious as to the state of the Navigator. Can someone give me a report on her current health status?
The message comes back a moment later. We will inquire and return and give you an answer momentarily, sir.
Thank you. We'll have our answer in a moment, Lord Captain. No need to leave. And look, pointing to all of the felonids, are they pointing their guns at me?
No, the White Lion is kind of watching you, but the rest don't seem to be aware of what you've done.
Look, he's fine.
and they start shooting with their insanity.
And then suddenly the Colossus assassin drops from the ceiling and kills us all.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Well, we don't
Hey,
really
we're
have
not Tau.
we don't really have any other reason to be here, so we should probably get going.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought you were coming.
yes,
wanted
you
to come
guys
here
are.
to ask for Forge.
Yes, you guys aren't Tau, so you wouldn't see it.
Lord
Fair
Captain, why did you come to the fort in the first place? To just examine it or ask questions about it? Because it is fairly functional. Their equipment is of at least baseline quality, if not slightly below in the case of the heavier weaponry. They seem to be in repair.
Fair enough, give me a moment. I'm going to turn to the lion. I'm going to ask him specifically. So, the jungle is fierce. Now, my first question. I aim to control the stars. That includes this planet. Would you be willing to work for me?
The lion cocks his head. Control stars?
There are many
Too big
planets.
to control.
No. It's not.
Let
Can't
me
reach
phrase
out.
it in the way you
Can't grab. Can't
let me
control.
phrase it in the way you might understand. He wishes to have his own council that spans across the stars, and thus he controls the council, he controls the stars.
Lion just kind of scratching his chin. Control council? Council controls self.
I'm just kind of rubbing my fucking temples. No, not
No,
like that.
no,
Okay.
not your council. I plan to gain control of the stars, and the people in the stars I wish to have as my vassals. I'd let you keep your council after some things were figured out, but I'm asking if you would be willing to support me in my conquest for the stars.
What if we say no?
People,
Well, then we blow up the fucking planet.
people, not vessels. We're not riding people.
Okay,
No. Vassal.
Lord Captain, he does not understand what that word means.
No, we're gonna make him
Comrade.
understand, Ramirez.
Vassal mean comrade, means ally, means someone you can call to for support, for aid. He wishes to have you and your council as his allies. The planet will be yours to run, but
Oh, wishes to be Far Tribe.
yes, Far Tribe. Go, Lord Captain. See, this took a lot of work.
Would need ask council. Have debate. Would take long time.
Oh my
Right.
god!
Might as well get the wheels on that going. We'll ask them, and then I will head out and take care of some other business.
I swear to God, with the way they Eldar showed up and showed them how to not fall to chaos, or the Harlequins.
Right. I'm going to follow Lord Captain and just.
And Ramirez, it's about 5 minutes later when you get a response from your choir. The navigator is not well. Lord Chirurgeon Keese states she would need a new heart, a rare medicine, or a bionic replacement before she could risk guiding us through the warp again.
All right, go pick Assad up from the lower decks, and we'll find her new artist. We have an unlimited amount of
Yeah,
people.
new heart is not hard. Fine.
Tell the Master Chirurgeon to look at the possibility of a match within the lower decks for the heart, and ask the Master of Etherics to work with him on if this planet could potentially have the resources for this rare medicine. The idea just struck me that we may be able to harvest this death world for something more, a bit more immediately useful.
Yes, sir.
God, I love having orbital telephone in my brain. looking to the
Yep.
Lord Captain. That is so much more convenient than box communication.
Yes, Ramirez. That is why I keep you around. Besides the fact that you're a very charming fellow and very useful,
And terrifying
and
in
just all around
combat.
a slow dude.
Okay.
I'm not going to make my joke of I'm not going to sleep with you, Lord Captain, because that backfired on me almost immediately.
Indeed.
Indubitably. Oh yeah, have we gotten back to the group yet?
You are on your way. Jumping over to Vanessa and Moriana.
Oh, alright.
Partway there, your trail takes you through another large room, not as large as the hospital, but certainly spacious. And the lights are kept dim in here. And around you, you hear these felonids chanting, and it's hard to pick them out from the darkness itself, as every one of the felonids in this room, and you see the tigers escorting you, seem to physically recoil from this bunch. They all have the look of pitch black furred panthers, and they're all bent and crooked, and altogether they seem far more feral than the other felonids you've seen, more animalistic. They seem
Have
to
they done anything to us?
no, but they're sort of bent down so that they're walking on all fours without actually touching their knees to the floor or anything, and they're just sort of prowling and keeping an eye on you as you move through the room. And they all seem to be wearing like thick robes and hoods. And give me an awareness test, both of you, at a -10 because it's dark. Unless you have a photo visor.
I mean, I was just,
Joke's on you.
literally just going to ask, like, what? So yeah, just gonna ask, what?
Man, Lord Captain, sure is great that we're not being stalked by a bunch of feral furries.
Ah, Ramirez, stop saying such crazy things that would never happen.
What? Yeah, Vanessa just draws her infernal pistol,
Yeah.
not point at anyone.
One of the tigers reaches out and kind of pushes the gun down, shaking his head at you. Star Watchers, don't anger.
As he says Star Watcher, she almost kind of like stops a little, but then she regains her stride. And then kind of like smugly smiles to herself, but like, I was right.
I knew there were navigators on this planet.
Yeah, something to take satisfaction in.
I doubt they'd be useful because they're
gonna
fucking
actually-
feral man
he's gonna-
beasts.
Yeah.
You're breaking up, Pat.
We'll just use them as batteries. One goes out, we replace it with another. Yeah.
Star Watchers.
She nods as she reholsters her pistol. And then she also right when they get towards the end of the room, she does say to the one that touched her arm, "Touch my arm again, and I'll blast off your leg."
Specifically, Moriana, since you're asking while you guys are walking through, the other tiger steps up next to you, kind of points to the center of his forehead between his eyes. Have another. Sees stars from here. Not
They're nav.
quite right.
If I may venture a guess,
Question:
I
how
think-
last room?
Yep. One more time, bud.
How many are in this?
Just from the
How
shapes,
many-
Question was how many are?
from the shapes you can see prowling in the darkness, maybe a dozen and a half. It's an
Okay,
extremely
not-
small
I
number compared
thought
to the
it
numbers
was
you've
like
seen.
literally a room almost active. the chances are so astronomically fucking.
Yeah, no, but
But
yeah, there's maybe a dozen and a half here, which is a very small number in comparison to the number of felonies you've seen walking the halls or in any of the rooms before.
I don't know.
So yeah, Marina, it would appear that these are the descendants of the original navigators.
Why are they so well feral?
It could be a number of things. I do know that the navigator houses tend to try to keep their line as pure as possible. Maybe they've observed some sort of tradition from their roots, though it seems perhaps it might have had some negative side effects. It also might depend on the house itself. I hear some rumors that some of them can get horribly misshapen, though I've never seen it myself.
Yeah, the tiger beside you, Moriana, nods. Star Watchers gift bends, bodies, minds, stare into stars, stare into abyss, stares back.
Would be useful for us in their current state, then.
Mm, Not necessarily, but considering options as they may be, we'll need to check in and see how the navigator's doing. Hopefully her condition improves, but if it doesn't, this is an option, though.
Young Star Watchers, not stared back yet. Some still have mind, not these.
Hmm. Good to know. I'll have to make a note of that.
Hmm.
But,
In her head, she's good. Or in her head, Mariana's gonna know these are still improperly trained navigators. Good prospect.
is that what you say to Vanessa?
No, as I said, in Moriana's head.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that part.
Yeah, we heard the rest. We didn't catch the first bit.
Hey, you're right.
But, yeah. So she proceeds on, uh, carefully looking over each of the creepy individuals, though, making sure none of them get close to her.
They all stay outside of the tigers have put themselves on either side of your formation, and the Star Watchers, as they're called, stay outside of arm's range of the tigers.
Oh, that's good. Uh,
But yeah, you exit the room after a minute, and the door hisses behind you, and you see a bit of relief on the tigers.
Vanessa kind of scoffs at them looking so worried. Like,
I mean, there was a dozen of, or over a dozen of them, and, well, a few of us were, well equipped to deal with it, but them, not so much.
well, then they're lucky to have our presence here, aren't they?
Mutual noble smugness. The best thing we can have.
Yep. I mean, she's a nice person. Just a lot of shit's happened recently. she's not happy. I mean, she's getting a little bit happier, but she was in the negative before the medical treatment. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, just combined, the both of us being just smug nobles about it.
I love the fact that you slapped her and
Yeah.
you two are like becoming like best buddies.
I don't
Fucking-
think we're coming best buddies. I think we're just have an understanding. You know, she apologized. My character acknowledged it. You know,
Your
sort of moving
character,
on
huh?
from there.
So you're still pissed.
You're learning to get along. Not there yet, but
I didn't
Look,
say she
we can
wasn't
give you-
pissed.
We can give you back your plastic shovels in the sandbox, but you don't get the forks yet.
Have to hide that shank in the sandbox then. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, she's proceeding on, making note of everything that they go by. But this is completely different from that.
as you continue along, you're actually following a pure white line that's been painted on the wall, but along with it, there's been a dark purple line, and it eventually stops at a door next to you along the hall, and there's a heart painted above the door.
Vanessa does nod in the general direction of the door and asks the felonid next to her, "What's that room there? It's another medical room of some sort?"
Shakes head. Reading hall.
Reading hall. Can maybe go in there?
We're getting Roman in here.
If you wish. Nothing in there but readers.
I am curious.
I am curious what they actually look like in the act.
So wait, what do they mean by readers? Like, I'm
Readers.
assuming like it's
Breeders.
oh, breeders. I thought you said readers. I was like,
Yes,
what
this
do
is
you
the
mean?
breeding hall where we keep all of our books.
I heard reading. That's why I was like, "Oh, reading hall. Oh, okay. Let's
No,
keep
they're
more
readers.
reading." Oh,
They have doctors and they have a reading hall. These are really sophisticated Wait, what?
He is really
Wait,
looking at
this isn't
Death
reading?
Worlders, and that is not what I thought you were reading.
Wait a second. This isn't reading. This is anal sex.
though she does ask. So what exactly is the process as we're walking by? What is exactly the process? What is that? Where you store your prized stock, so to say?
He's kind of cocks head at you. Readers stay. Kind of, sort of, move, like, uses his hands to sort of, like, make a little rounded shape. Good readers. Wide hips. Strong legs.
And all they do is just breed. That's it. Nothing else.
Best suited.
And what about those that aren't breeders? Do they breed?
With breeders. Otherwise, healers. Watchers. Forgers. Kind of places his hand on chest. Warriors. Seers.
Ah, it's a very strict caste-based society with a few extra steps due to the Death World's nature.
I'm sorry, what was that
Interesting.
last one? I heard an S.
Seers.
What was that last word? Oh. Seers and they have a council. They're wards.
This has truly been enlightening. I'm learning so much as it is. I hope our Lord Captain's experience has been just as fruitful.
Cut back
They
to
haven't.
us. We're fighting off a horde of fucking encroaching felonids.
Maybe I will go see that breeder hall then. She kind of just like does an about face. Yep, nope. I don't want any part of that. Nah.
I really don't want to see cat people having sex. It's kind of weird.
No, that was the joke. I'd rather see that than deal with a bunch of shit. It's like, this place sucks. But yeah. So yeah, she does like have her serval skull make a note of what the warrior said.
Yeah. It's been recording.
Okay, good. She checks on it to see if it's still recording. Good, excellent. Pats its head.
Okay, good. I
continues
didn't
on.
go into the breeding hall. Otherwise, this fucking servo skull would have recorded everything.
Can I get that moan back, please? Second one.
No. Go back and do it again, but with more passion.
All right. Action. All right.
Servo skull. Save the last 8 seconds. I want to make a ringtone out of it.
Servo skull. Enter money shot mode.
Oh God. But yeah. She continues onward.
Yeah. And you lot all get back to the council chambers about the same time.
All right. She nods over to the Lord Captain and kind of like shows her arm from a distance. Kind of like gestures with it, like showing that's been treated.
Yeah. Currently, it looks a bit swollen, but the only scarring visible is just lines where the spliced skin sort of attached to itself and to you.
Fair enough. So we're all gathered back. Is it the same room with the old fucks at the table there?
You are just outside of it.
Okay. So Lord Captain, I have an inquiry to make. How is our navigator doing? We should check on her status.
She's going to need a heart, some sort of medicine, or a third option. I didn't catch it.
Bionic replacement.
Artificial heart.
Same thing.
So she needs a new heart. Well, we
Yes.
could dig one up from the lower ranks.
Should be easy enough to find.
Lord Captain, it comes to my attention, I relayed an order to my choir to ask the Master Carugian to see into that without your blessing. My apologies.
Noted.
It also shouldn't be too hard for the mechanicums on our ship to produce a bionic replacement.
Wouldn't they need facilities? I don't think we have I don't think we have a manufactorum for that. This is Miko actually asking.
Well, don't they have a forge, as they call it?
They have capable.
So the way those forges work, they're usually on mechanicum ships or civilian ships that have been commandeered so long ago that they've just been refitted to fit the purpose now. So not every ship would have one. Each ship would be capable of recharging power packs or something, or making minor repairs to weapons. But
listen, we don't have a shortage of human hearts that we could use if we have to. It's fine.
Yeah. I cut that out by accident, but I was genuinely curious if the mechanicum could do that. I didn't know we had a forge on our ship.
Yes, also my Lord Captain. It might be of interest to know that, as I stated earlier, it appears that some of the navigators originally part of the 2 vessels. Is it 2 or 1?
it was 2.
The 2 vessels survived, and have made some sort of caste, or part of some sort of caste system of the felonids here. Though their time separated from the rest of Imperium has affected them slightly. Though at least the ones we've seen. I have heard that there are others in far better mental state.
I'm going to make note of what she says, and I'm going to turn to Ramirez.
Should be noted.
Also stay away from the room with the heart on it.
Hold on, Pat was saying it should be noted.
Should be noted with those. It should be noted with those ones that, well, given the lack of any warp travel, that navigators would be rather untrained, so
It's an option, though.
just a thing to keep in mind. Not
Now, Lord Captain was
Right.
talking to me because I'm
a
special.
great one.
Ramirez, Psychers away from the Imperium for a long stretch of time. Possible issues with that. You have a good idea. Enlighten me.
I do have a good idea. Is what I would say if I wasn't spending a fate point.
You do have a good idea because you
I
spent
have
the
quite a
fate
good
point.
idea, Lord Captain.
So, you are aware that Psyker is not under Imperial control, wouldn't undergo sanctioning, and thus any use of their powers is extremely dangerous as they don't have the Emperor guarding them. So they're far more likely to result in warp phenomena or even the perils of the warp emerging.
That's what happens, kids, when you practice psyching without protection. Ask your parents.
So, would the navigators have anything to do with that then? Like, because they don't use the warp, they don't channel the warp like I would.
No. The navigators have a unique gene that grants them a third eye that can see the warp. That can
Literally.
make sense of it.
Okay. Okay, so Lord Captain was asking me to enlighten him on the dangers of psychers. Any time that their spirits call to them, something I forgot to ask earlier, it's a lot. You've seen what happens when I overdraw on my powers. You've seen the dangers it can bring. Those are nowhere near the worst that can happen. You
What-
remember on Yamakor, the first day we set foot there when I was fighting the Eldar and then the sky opened up and poured blood? That was
Yeah,
on the over the spectrum of what these powers, what psychic abilities can cause. In a very extreme case, which they are more likely to trigger, it could result in mass possession by several powerful daemons.
Shane, I'm a rogue trader. The fuck's a daemon?
Do you have Forbidden Lore Warp,
It's a
Forbidden Lore
Scottish
Demonology?
man.
No, I do not.
You have no idea what he's on about.
Okay, so
The fuck is a
wait, demon. They don't know what demon. Okay,
Yeah,
first
no
off,
one
this is-
knows about
okay,
demons.
Yeah,
That's
nobody
not
who
common
does,
knowledge.
Yeah, nobody who doesn't have to know about demons knows about demons.
Should I not tell them about demons then? Is that common knowledge? Is that common sense?
If they don't already know, you probably shouldn't tell them. Unless you're
Okay.
specifically told to.
Okay, so I'm gonna redact that because Miko didn't know.
The Imperium,
Uh-huh.
the Imperium doesn't tell anybody about demons, figuring that if we tell them about chaos, some of them will go in search of chaos.
Yeah, it's on a need-to-know basis, and we don't need to know.
Right. So,
Their powers could very much likely result in terrible things happening with involving the war, much worse than opening the sky up and letting it rain blood.
So
Well-
could us going through without a proper navigator.
Yes,
all right.
I was referring to their Council of Unsanctioned Psychers. I think that was what I was asked about.
Yes, I would. Okay, so we don't have any events of those things having happened before. I feel like those that had these things happen would probably put to death by their warriors, considering how bad those can get, or something would happen. Either way, I'm going to go speak with the council about swearing fealty to us, or becoming Far Tribe.
Oh wow, seems like you've achieved a lot, Lord Captain, and when I was not around.
I'm going to broach the topic to them to swear allegiance to House Nikos, considering it could take a while and they need to decide.
She
And-
speaks in rogue trader tongue. And what if they don't? What is our option there?
Switching to Rogue Trader tongue, yes, I was actually wondering the same thing.
Since you're all about wanting to make and win hearts and minds of the natives,
I'm just
it's like Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah.
Morgana, they started going on something about tables, you think?
Vanessa's more talking about table on fire and how it would not be a good profit.
To Vanessa's, what if they don't? Iskander's response is, I haven't bothered to think of that because it's not going to happen because I said I was going to succeed. Now, if you excuse me.
There's
Man,
the
I
good
wish
human
reality
spirit.
worked like that, my Lord Captain, but very well. She does
Lord
look over to
Captain,
one of the... Go for it.
permission to wait outside of the chamber. I am awaiting response from my choir, and I don't wish to be surrounded by all of their psychers whenever they relay the message to me.
Indeed, Vanessa, you should probably stay here too, all things considered.
Well, I was about to ask one of the tigers, or one of the felonids here. She pats like the guard near her. Do you have a restroom of sorts? A powder room? She's like looking
Look, I
like
need to
trying to
do
use
some
different words.
serious cocaine.
Cocaine and cocaine accessories, some warp dust. Yeah.
I didn't know that normal people didn't know about Dame. I guess I did, kind of, but I thought, oh, hey, we're rogue traders. We all know, but what the fuck, man? Y'all letting
That's
me just
fine.
out myself out here to the Imperial, the fucking Inquisition?
If we led you to out yourself, no one would have said anything. Anyway,
You act like we'd walk up to an inquisitor and be like, so, my astropath told me something about demons. What's that about?
Oh, did he?
come right this way, sir, into this room here.
Here, come into my office. Let me just wait right there. I'm gonna go get some tea and cookies out of the oven. Why does he keep teeing as a shit?
But she does ask one of the felonids if they have some sort of bathroom, head, the train.
Yeah, no. After a few more words for toilet, they eventually get it and nod to you.
May you point me in the direction of it?
One of the felonids does lead you down the hall, around a few corners, and eventually into a pair of doors opposite each other in the hall, and points to one with a picture of a triangle over top of it and WC painted over the triangle.
Ah, woman. She like points at it and nods, and opens the door if she can.
Yeah, there's just a one button panel to press, and you press it, and the door hisses open for you. And it is a
Okay.
large room full of stalls on one wall and sinks on the other.
She does tell the felonid that she'll be a while. Is that acceptable?
He nods.
Thank you, thank you. You're a gentleman. I'll make sure some reward is tossed your way. As she closes the door and kind of slowly breathes in and out. And carefully is going to start trying to phase through the wall.
I forgot she can do that.
Right, I forget you're fucking Kitty Pride over here.
Yeah, because I don't
remember
bust
you-
it out all the time. That's why.
Yeah, because you're smart. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that important detail. Because I remember you asking to phase your hand through the navigator's chest at one point.
Yeah, I was trying to bullshit my way through that one. I was like, can I do something to keep us from, being
Okay, but that's the
fucked
same
by
way
demons?
that's the same way Kitty Pryde killed Wolverine, and Wolverine kills the Marvel Universe. She phased her hand into his brain and then re-solidified it, so his brain could never regenerate.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
She lost an
Yeah.
arm to do it, but he's dead.
True, yeah.
And then Deadpool
That'd be
killed
the...
the Marvel Universe twice. Like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, can she phase through the wall? I have to ask.
Give me a willpower test real quick.
Willpower. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. What's my willpower? I basura.
I was being a noble.
Give yourself a
Yeah.
plus 10 because this is something you've been able to do for a while, so.
Woo!
Yeah. It takes you a moment, but you kind of focus and place your hand on the wall, and after a moment it slips through.
All right. She slowly begins to slip through. Not in the wall where the door is. I just gotta want to clarify that. That'd be stupid if she
I got you.
were to trying to sneak out in front of the guy. Ah, I got out. Oh shit! Oh, wrong way. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, she slowly phases through the material and a bit of reality as she goes on the other side of the wall. And now once she's on the other side, she's carefully going to begin exploring this bunker.
All right.
See what she can gather.
Yeah. It's a bit of a walk to get through the walls. There is fairly thick layers of rock between some of the various areas.
Why
But
are you a better seneschal than Lilia in every way? You are even better at ninjaing around.
I got lucky on that mutation table. That's all I could say. Also, I got the chameleon mobobber thing. Anyways, so yeah, you were saying?
yeah, you phase through, and when you come out, you're kind of looking around. You haven't been in this room before, but there's just sort of
Wait, is there a heart on the outside?
no. Well, you wouldn't be able to see anyway, but there's long rows of just curtained off little sections,
Yeah,
and
you're in the breed.
you hear breathing from one in every few of these curtained areas. And on the ones that you don't hear breathing from, some of them have had the curtains pulled back, and there's a sort of metal bench raised about 3 feet out of the ground with a slight curve to accommodate resting something's head. And the lights in here are fairly dark, but you're able to it's enough to see by.
All right, she carefully tiptoes around and will peek into one of the curtains just a bit.
Peeking into one of the curtains, you do see one of the felonids laid out. Just they seem, for lack of a better word, comatose, just laying there breathing. Their eyes are closed, their bodies are still.
Hmm. Uh, all right. She peeks into another one. Is it the same thing?
Yeah, and
Um.
there doesn't need to be any pattern to these felonids. They appear to be all different types.
Okay. She'll begin exploring this room a bit more.
Yeah.
Make sure to keep as quiet as possible.
You, by the time you're done exploring, you can tell this room's about 100 meters across from one from the wall where one door is to the wall where the other door is, and it's just row upon row of these curtained sections, and it's every 6 or 7 beds has one of these comatose felonids laying on it, just laying there breathing.
Hmm. Is there anything else around, like a data slate or some sort of handwritten report, maybe, or something?
Give me an give me a search check.
Do I have that? Son of a bitch! Ah,
You
man.
could substitute in an awareness with a -10 if you'd like.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, well, let me try roll a 7. Can I deceive my way through this situation? Damn
This
Uh,
it.
man, how
I mean,
spectacular your rolls have been. I have no doubt you can roll a 7.
You doubted.
Yep, I did.
Yeah.
you don't find anything.
Hmm. And then no one's come in or out since then?
No one's come in or out. No.
Hmm. All right. Is there any symbols? Like, I know that they're particularly fond of very simple symbols, like with the heart for the breeding room. Is there any symbol for this room?
If you step out of the room, there's nothing on the inside, but if you could step out and check on the other side of the walls. But
Yeah, I mean, yeah, stick her head out and take a poke.
yeah, leaning out, like opening the door and leaning out, there are there's none of the painted lines that would have guided you to this room.
Hmm.
But at the tops and bottoms of the walls, there are symbols carved into the metal. You don't recognize them, and looking at them kind of makes your eyes hurt, as you have trouble telling where one line ends and the next one begins.
Hmm. And she kind of rubs her eyes a bit, chalking it up to probably it being a very stressful day. I heard something roll. What was it? Oh, it was just a message. Damn it, Ramsey. All right, anyways, so
David Ramses.
You
I
call
mean,
me Ramsey?
Keen Ramsey. No, yes, Ramirez. Sorry.
I'm Ramsey Bolton now, guys.
Yep. All right. So yeah, she steps out, makes a note of this place. You know, trying to like look for a familiar sign. You know, mapping it out in her head,
Yeah.
and we'll proceed going further on throughout the bunker.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, the
captain.
Legion of Doom.
Listen, I didn't.
I knew they were
I
fucking
forgot.
sorcerers.
I'm not sorcerers. Calm the fuck down.
Mira's just outside of the room, just drawing his bolt pistol. Yep, I knew it. You didn't see anything. Don't need to.
The demons of Zenith have whispered the metal plot into my ear. I mean,
Wait, what?
Shit! Shoots self in head.
you'll never take me
Come back,
alive!
Ramirez is dead on the ground. Oh, okay, so that happened.
Guys, I went to the bathroom. What the fuck?
All right.
But yeah, Lord Captain, meanwhile, as Vanessa was led off to the water closet,
For a very long time.
you were allowed back into the council chamber, and it appears they haven't gone back to napping while you were away, but have in fact been talking and debating.
Let's see if I can make out what they're saying.
Lord
me an
Captain,
awareness.
don't get with the abhumans.
I'm really, really disappointed you finished that sentence.
What'd he say?
Nope.
I didn't catch it.
Yeah, they're muttering amongst themselves and kind of start shutting up as you enter.
Right. So, because I didn't know this was today, I didn't have any time to really get into my charismatic self. I'm just gonna roll a charm, Shane, to see if I can convince them to work for me.
You lazy motherfucker.
Come on, man, give us something.
Fuckers, I was not prepared for today. Leave me alone.
You should have been. We had a week. Most
You
of
had
the
notice.
I forgot about it. Fuck you.
That isn't a valid excuse.
That is an entirely valid excuse.
No, it isn't. That's just an excuse.
I will require you to say something.
Right.
Don't play the face if you don't want to do face.
Shut up.
Oh, that came out dirty.
So, after touring your Shane, what was it? Stone home?
Earth.
home.
Earth home? It's one of those fucking things. After touring your Earth home and meeting with some of your people, I would like to extend an offer for you to become, was it Shane, my Far Tribe?
Yeah.
Become my Far Tribe.
Give you big
I
shiny
would be
bead.
willing to help you and assist you in making the world more livable. All I would ask is that when I call, you come and help me face my enemies in my conquest of the stars.
And you're a servitude.
They kind of look among each other and they're a bit more animated as they begin debating this.
What? Conquest?
No, like they're actually like pointing fingers and kind of almost snapping at each other. And you sort of see the younger white line that was with you. You see concern on his face, like he sort of like raises his hands and steps back.
Oh, I don't want any part of this, bro. Is it kind of like that?
It's kind of just that nervous of, oh no, haven't seen this before.
This is
Elders,
new. This
elders
is new.
don't get active like this. Elders just sit around all day pitching about shit that ain't a problem anymore.
Hmm.
But after a few long moments of them snapping at each other, eventually they settle down. And the centermost elder just kind of lays his eyes on you. Skyfolk cannot control stars. Too large for one being.
Nonsense. Firstly.
You-
Secondly, the planets and the stars will be controlled by people. You will keep this planet. I simply ask that you remain loyal to me. I shall go to other planets and gain the people there to be loyal to me. Through this way, I will control the stars.
The elder sitting furthest to the right actually stands out of his chair, points one clawed finger at you, and just yells, "Heresy!"
Sorry. Old habit.
Do I hear the word heresy outside the door?
He yelled it pretty loudly, so yeah, you actually hear that. You actually hear it just dimly.
Is the door open? Do I
Moriana
It has closed
What?
again after they entered.
I gotta look at the nearby guard, open this door.
Look, I was gonna say, look,
No.
Ramirez just has like a knee-jerk reaction to whenever anyone says heresy to dive for cover.
So no, to his heresy. Whatever do you mean?
Just real quick, Ramirez, you tell the guard to open the door, and he punches the button, and it hisses open for you.
I'm just going to silently step in. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just watching this. I'm going to watch now from the back.
If you want to move in quietly, give me a silent move test. You are
Little did
empowered,
you know, Ramirez.
and you take a -10 because you are empowered.
Moriana,
I am in
Shane,
light
that-
power armor, sir.
Yeah.
It's still clanking plates
Alright.
of armor, dude.
I was gonna take.
Didn't I tell you I was in my sexy black bodysuit today?
You're in power armor, don't lie.
I'm in my flat greatcoat, sir. I'm
Shane,
not,
you're no, Michael, you're in power armor.
Roll the
Quiet.
fucking dice, man.
I have to roll a 7 to succeed, guys.
It's almost
Yeah, welcome to my
Moriana's
world.
just gonna
stealthy
enter the
plate
fucking
armor.
room.
I wasn't
That's
actually
why
trying
I'm
to like
just gonna-
sneak in. I was just saying I'm going to step in and not say a word.
Fair enough. You're able
That's
to
sneaking in. You're
Yeah.
trying to skink on by.
Yeah.
I'm not coming in with my fucking sword out trying to Skyrim slit this dude's throat.
You make
Yeah, but it's
You-
like the Space Marine.
yeah, you make a fair bit of clanking as you step in, and some eyes in the room do turn to you, but
But anyway, so
Size-
to this heresy,
Since
whatever
I
do you mean, heresy?
shrugging.
Explain yourself.
I heard the ADH word.
Man,
know,
breaking
this-
out the H word. We haven't even had drinks yet.
yeah, the rest of the council remains quiet as this one continues to point at you. No man controls the stars. And he points to the back wall as the lights snap on, and you see a golden aquila that has been welded onto the wall. Only he can control the stars.
And he
You seek
has
to claim his
personally
place.
stepped in. He has personally stepped in and protected the Lord Captain's life from danger. You will watch your tone when you speak to my
Be
captain.
silent, witch!
Can I?
All
And
of
I'm
you,
so lucky I'm not there right now.
all of you, calm yourselves. There's no reason to become so animated and angry.
Everybody chill out, man.
And the cool shit always happens when I'm not around.
Now, you misunderstand me. I'm not trying to take the stars from Shane. That's a golden aquila. That's the Emperor, right? That's the Emperor.
It is traditionally
Yeah.
the sign of the Emperor.
I seek to take
Uh-huh.
no stars from the Emperor. However, what I seek is to carve a place among them so that his light may shine even brighter.
His light shines
Well,
from
that's the
every
way.
star. To take any is to take from him.
Nonsense! There are stars where Xenos filth and those who do not believe in his grace live. There, the Emperor has no light. There,
You
it must
lie!
not.
He has light everywhere, from every star. The universe is his.
What if a star goes out? Does that count? Armsman just
I'm gonna
asked.
punch the wall. Shut up, Vanessa.
I'm.
Ow!
Ah! Oh no, lost concentration! Turning solid! Ah!
Ah!
Oh God, no!
Just Vanessa's face in the wall.
I'm
Congratulations, Jahan soloed me.
I
I'm going to
I
draw my
want
dire
to take
sword.
a few steps forward.
Oh shit, this
Can I
guy's
please be
moving
heard?
quickly.
Let Moriana do it.
Yeah.
do her thing.
Okay, you guys can't hear me. Right. But I was going to take a few steps forward and just, like, slowly hands up, just, if I, and then direct their eyes, or try to direct their eyes to the bionic legs. These were taken from me by those who rebel against his will. There are places where individuals do not care about his light. He is an of the Emperor. His job is to reunite, and then gesture his universe, for the glory of mankind.
You see the elders look among each other for a moment. If his light does not shine, he has turned his back on those places. He does not want them. No man should go there.
Nonsense. The people there have simply lost
God,
their
if Karen was here, she'd have a rebuttal.
It is up to us to bring them back, and as you said, all of the galaxy is his, even where his light has yet to shine. That is my mission. All of these reaches, even this planet, by states of his Imperium, is not within his reaches. Thus I ask that you swear loyalty to me and become a Far tribe, and assist me in my endeavor.
They look among each other again, look back to you. This world is his. We, his people.
You are indeed his people,
His
but
light
you have
already
not
here.
reunited with his Imperium.
His light
Others
is
will
here.
not see it that way. I am trying to help you and save you and bring you further into his magnificence. You fail to realize that things have changed and are different now.
Nothing changed. We are his. This world his. No need of you.
Sergeant, come in here, please.
Oh, the sergeant's been right beside you.
He's
Oh,
like,
good.
yes,
Sergeant.
already here, sir.
Sergeant, have your helmet camera, correct?
Yes, sir.
No. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm asking. Your helmet camera, the footage from Yamakor.
They don't hold footage that long, sir.
I don't have a picture recorder in my helmet.
It was saved, wasn't it?
Maybe on the ship,
If
sir.
they will allow me, I can project the message into their mind the moment
Mind crush.
they will allow me. So that they can see that you are an agent of his magnificence.
All over their backsides.
Yeah, the council looks among each other,
Almost.
then glares back to you. Witches bring lies, bring devils.
Nonsense. He
Can I?
has seen the great emperor himself. His light.
I'm
flows through him.
going to step forward and in front of the Lord Captain. None of the crew is seeing this right now as I step forward to the Lion Men. And I'm going to remove the faceplate of my mask.
Oh my god!
I have
Is it
seen
Maybelline?
his light. It has blinded me to his world. I have learned to see through his grace.
All of them in unison roar at you, coming out of their chairs and kind of popping the claws out of their fingertips.
Oh, damn it, man.
You will sit!
You will leave!
Oh.
Go back to your ship! You cannot
I
see
think-
his light. He has blinded you out of hatred.
No,
Me-
you cannot see
I
his
kind
light,
of take a
for
few
you are
steps forward,
so
like extend
far
one out.
from his grace. As I put the mask back on, you have not been blessed by his radiance. A piece of him resides within my soul, shielding me from the horrors of the outward space of the warp. And yet you sit here, so far from him, and you claim to care, to know his grace, to know that you are part of his universe.
Let's see out the religious zealot cats. Oh boy. You guys
You are-
suck at picking our contracts.
You are frightened beasts, backing away from the light.
Oh boy.
The elder in the center of them turns and looks at you, Iskander. The Dragon Slayer is mighty. Out of respect for his might, we will let you take your witch and go. You are not for our tribe.
I. Does he mean all of us, or is he specifically just talking to?
If he means me, he means all of you. He was talking to me.
Sure.
Yeah, he's the only Dragon Slayer. We're just the backup bitches.
You left when all the cool shit started, and you were probably one of the people that could have talked this in the right way.
Yeah.
I'm-
Oh well, that's fine.
I mean,
I like where this is going.
I actually very much could have fixed the situation, but then you had to be a fucking asshole.
Exactly.
Could have explained it in the goddamn process. Explained to me all the way.
Yes, let's explain to them the horrendous process that you know nothing about, first
Well,
off.
you guys
Well, no,
shouldn't have
I
been
know
explaining
No,
anything. You should
no,
have
I
been
know that
playing to
there's
their
a sanctioned
beliefs.
process.
You know, there's a
True,
sanctioning process.
but
I don't think me explaining it would have helped. Oh yeah, they just take us and chain us to this machine in front of the golden throne, and then they pull each one of us our bodies.
No. Specifically, I know that, or she would know at least that once a psyker is sanctioned, they're safe, effectively. I know you're not a witch. There's a very distinct difference between these. I don't know the exact process.
It's like bologna. We all know what it's made out of, but we don't know the process of how it's made. Mystery.
I know you're cool, except when you're not. I know you're like 75% cool. I know you're a double six away from being not cool.
It was the bologna thing.
I think you just meant the Psychers, but okay.
Ah. Told you guys, macro round would have solved all this. No one ever listens to Vanessa. Vanessa, she's just a crazy mutant.